Hi, I'm Kaylee, and today I'm reviewing Agatha Christie's Murder in Mesopotamia. This is a Hercule Poirot murder mystery, and I love Poirot. He is one of my favorite fictional detectives. So, of course, I really enjoyed reading this mystery. Before we dive into all the reasons why I loved this book, I'm going to reach back here to our Booktuber Shoutout book, and we're going to shout out somebody randomly. Today's shout out goes to Christie Lewis, Dostoevsky in Space. I love Christie's channel. We have very similar reading tastes, and so I always love watching her videos. I will leave a link in the description to her channel. Be sure to go over and subscribe to her. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up if you love Agatha Christie. And of course, follow me over on Instagram and Storygraph and Goodreads and all the places. In Murder in Mesopotamia, a nurse is called in to assist Mrs. Leidner, a lady with a case of nerves. Mrs. Leidner imagines that she sees a face at the window and tapping on the walls. She seems to be afraid of strangers. But when a murder seems to confirm Mrs. Leidner's fears, Poirot is called in to investigate. It's difficult to find definite proof, but Poirot trusts his little gray cells to unravel the mystery of all the personalities involved. If he can only understand the personality of each person who was present at the time of the murder, their little jealousies and rivalries will point to the killer. Poirot relies on the eyewitness testimony of the nurse as the only unbiased person there. I love that this mystery is told from the perspective of the nurse. Her impression of Poirot is hilarious and absolutely splendid. She relates to him as if he were the surgeon on a medical case, and then she is the nurse there to assist him. I really enjoyed her narrative voice and the way that she observes all the other characters. She is also a little bit of an unreliable witness because she makes snap judgments about people, assuming that they must be the good guys, while Poirot suspects everyone, and so he arrives at the truth. The mystery is particularly good in this one. The plot really keeps you guessing. There are plenty of red herrings, but it all makes sense in the end. Unfortunately, I had already watched the TV episode of this mystery before reading it, so I already knew the ending, but that did not diminish my enjoyment of the story. It was still really wonderful to revisit this mystery and see all the little clues laid out in order. I did feel like there are a few too many characters in this story. The story could have been told without quite so many side characters. At least 3 of them could have been just done away with, since they didn't play any major part in the story. As it is, it takes a while to be able to remember who everyone is. But since the nurse is also being introduced to all the characters for the first time, we get to learn who everyone is through her eyes, and that does make it more memorable. I really liked the psychological aspect of this story. There aren't many concrete clues, and so Poirot relies on his ability to analyze each person's personality. Are they the kind of person who would do this or that? Was the deceased the kind of person who would write that letter, or was it a forgery? A lot of the focus is on the personality of the deceased person and their influence on everyone else. Poirot goes around asking each person's opinion of the deceased, and he gets a multitude of conflicting answers. Some say they were an angel, and some say they were a fiend, and some say a selfish troublemaker. And his little gray cells must work to discover the truth behind all these different impressions. Agatha Christie's writing style is just so phenomenal, and Poirot is one of my favorite detectives of all time. Please leave me a comment and let me know what is one of your favorite mysteries from Agatha Christie, and is Poirot one of your favorite detectives? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.